we find ourselves parachuting into Haran, bonking our head, and being attacked, only to then get bitten, and then be immediately saved by an absolute goddess of a woman. Random man die, it's very sad. But in reality, I don't care. It gives me more time to spend with mummy. Hey guys, it's Cobb, and welcome to Dying Light. It's basically Mirror's Edge if there were zombies. I'm sure you've all heard of it, or played it before. It's very fun, and it makes me feel like a s***. We wake up to the sounds of the creatures that I hate the most.
Scared? Then pinch him. He blinked. What?
Children. And then we head outside. We meet our first person, and he calls us 31. The bloke is clearly calling us a 1989 R31 Nissan Skyline, and I don't know why Crane is so confused. We meet Raheem, and he tells us we need to be useful by helping someone on a lower floor.
He's only on the 13th floor, but you might as well be trapped in a mine cave-in.
We head down and are greeted by a radio call by the GRE, who are pissed off by our inactivity.
Lost my radio for a while. Don't worry, my cover's intact. No contact with the tower's leader yet. Unable to confirm identity. I'm taking steps to blend in.
Acknowledged. Time is of the essence, Crane. Remember that.
We are then interrupted by screams, and we find our first zombie. He dies stupidly easy, and I add insult to injury by kicking him multiple times, only to then find out it was this guy's brother.
God damn it! That was my brother. I came down to...
I feel bad for him, so I kick his brother some more, just so he knows that there is definitely no saving him. We head back upstairs and meet our imaginary goth GF once again. She gives me the fuck me eyes, and Raheem tells me we need to head outside towards the gym to learn how to do some parkour. And that we do. We jump into a pile of bin bags and fucking die. But in reality, game physics say no, and we actually survive this somehow. We get up and learn how to do some parkour, to only then get called a noob, which reminds me of my 11-year-old self on Black Ops 1. We start to head back to the tower and have a slight seizure on the crane. I completely ignore it and start jumping well over 80 metres above the ground. Once we're back in the tower, we head down to meet the quartermaster, and he lets us know that we are hated by everyone.
By which I mean, the people here don't much like you.
Little does he know, I'm about 3 more insults away from game ending myself and everyone else around me. We get told to be carefully outside by a guard and completely ignore his advice, just immediately smacking the first zombies we find. Being careful isn't an option in Crane's world. He's immediately overrun and decides to continue with the mission. We meet Dr. Zier, who has some cool photos of dog teeth on his computer. He gives us the suppressant and tells us that his only way of communicating to another scientist is via radio that is constantly shitting itself. I then sit on this guy's computer, who gives us absolutely no reaction and doesn't seem fazed in the slightest. His name is Spike, and he tells us he needs help getting his traps back online. So I get back on the street to look for them, and immediately start climbing the nearest building instead. I find myself on a Sunday morning. It's so nice of the devs to include this Easter egg of me in their game. I watch a zombie fall, I kick it, and then decide to head towards the car trap to activate it. This is where we get a phone call from Jade saying that there's a guy that needs help at a nearby safe house.
Jade here. Is anyone outside right now? Urgent help needed.
I'm outside, working for Spike.
You're Crane, right? Listen, our runners tried to secure one of our safe houses for Brecken's mission. He's in a courtyard by Vefa and Mimar, surrounded by zombies. We gotta help him. We head there, obliterate the zombies, and find that the guy that Jade needed to save has already turned. It's very sad.
Oh, man,
We then call the GRE and explain the situation at hand, then head towards more of Spike's car traps. Crane, for the first time in his life, chooses the safe option and throws some firecrackers, activates the car traps, and a glimmer of his normal careless side shines through. He whacks a zombie and he's almost immediately overrun for the second time this playthrough. Now, Spike wants us to head towards the light traps. Crane gets confused as to where the trap is and then realises he's just a fucking idiot and it is above him. He activates it and heads towards the next light trap, which upon activating trips the power, which then causes a complete meltdown from Spike, who forces us to head to the substation to reactivate the power.
Fuck, Spike, the whole goddamn district went down. What the hell's going on?
Not again. Alright, listen. There's a power substation near you. Go check it out.
We head there, and Crane goes to restart the power, and the doors of the building are flung at his fucking forehead. And we find ourselves face to face with the average Cobb Watcher, standing at 7 foot tall, 145 kilos of pure masculine man meat, and able to carry around rebar that some say he pulled out of the ground himself. He beats the fuck out of us, and then we return the favour, ultimately game ending him with only half our health remaining. We turn the power back on and find a guy who looks like he's seen some shit. Then as night falls, we head to a nearby safe house because as careless as Crane is, he doesn't feel like becoming food tonight. Crane goes to sleep, and that concludes this episode. It's going to be all for today. I really had a lot of fun playing this. I know it's an old game, but it's genuinely just really good. It's got a good story and a lot of mechanics that are really fun. So I'm probably going to make this into a series. If you want more, then don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Cheers, counts. Have a good one.